any kind of word of advice, could be a quote, could be a rule to live by, something that you want to share kind of with the audience to leave us with?
My thing is to always, every single job, I see a lot of people that just want to do the job to get it done, where I want it to be absolutely perfect. Every little job, I don't care what it is. If one of my guys are going in to fix a little water line on a 1984 home, a mobile home, I want Terry Bishop and Unified Solutions on that job. I want it to be absolutely perfect. And if you take pride in a lot of things, I think God's going to bless you in the long run. And it's blessed us.
Man, I love to hear that. Especially, I feel like there's a stigma with blue collar work oftentimes that, people cut corners or they're ripping you off. And so it's cool
a lot of contractors like that. There are a lot of contractors like that.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I am here with Terry Bishop. Terry is the founder and CEO of Unified Solutions and Services, and has got his hands in a few different businesses in the construction world. So, Terry, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, maybe let's just start. Give our audience and myself just a general overview of what does Unified Solutions and Services do, and how did you kind of get involved in the business?
Well, I've been plumbing. I'm a plumber by trade. I've been plumbing almost my entire life. It's all I ever knew. And 2017, 18, I was always thinking about going out on my own, but, nervous because, it's such a diluted, with so many companies in Illinois. So I wanted to kind of corner a market that nobody really wanted to do. And I don't know about other places, but I know in Illinois, no plumbers wanted to work on trailers or modular homes or, manufacture housing. So that's what I concentrated on. So when I went out on my own, I was only working on mobile homes, just doing plumbing on mobile homes.
Can I pause you real quick? Why would those guys not want to work on manufactured and mobile homes? Is there a specific reason? Or
I think because, you think of mobile home and you think of the word trailer. And then, comes with
no money there.
No money. Exactly. That's the
no money. Yeah.
And and I do understand that, but all of these mom and pop, parks are basically gone now. And now these big, huge corporations are buying these parks and then taking out all the older homes and putting in brand new homes. And that's been really happening and booming for the last 5 or 6 years. And that's when I came in and I was the plumber doing it. Well, I learned how to do everything. I got my HUD certification and license. So now I'm an official setter. We get the lots ready to pour concrete or foundation piers. And that's what the home's set on. So we do everything from start to finish. And then I just started growing, within the last probably 3 years to where, I saw a niche where we can't find a good electrician. Oh, really? So I hired an electrician, and now we're doing all the electric. So now I'm kind of a one-stop shop where corporations are hiring me, and I'm going in there and just doing everything for them.
Wow. Okay. That's so cool. What specifically did you see within the mobile homes kind of direction that you felt like was a niche in the market that could kind of add a lot of value to your business?
I know in Illinois, a lot of the affordable housing was going away, and there wasn't a lot of affordable housing. So a lot of the mobile home parks, which were, was the main affordable housing, and they're just popping up everywhere. They're popping up everywhere. The smaller ones are growing. The older parks are now getting all brand new homes. And I saw that happening from the back just because of a little contract that I had at the company that I worked for. We used to just go there and they'd hire us and we'd come in there and hook up the plumbing, and that was it, and so I got comfortable with the company that I did there, and I took a dive into it and said, this is what I'm going to do. And
wow.
When I first started, my dream was like not really a dream, but I just wanted to be able to earn an honest living, and work for
Yeah.
myself. And, and then my son, after the first year, my son was still in high school, and he came on with me and, part time through high
Oh,
school.
that's so cool.
And then 7 years later, here we are, and I got 9 employees. We're working all through the Midwest, and in 2 weeks we're going to North Dakota. So I mean, it's really, really, I've been blessed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's so cool to hear. I love hearing that your son's a part of things as well.
Yeah,
Maybe give our audience just kind of the scope of the size of your business now. I mean, obviously you started and things were probably kind of a startup, but what have y'all kind of grown to now? It sounds like 9 employees. Is
yeah,
revenue continue to
nine
grow and stuff as well?
employees. We're on track this year. Like my first year, I wanted to reach 6 figures,
Yeah.
over
Uh huh.
$100,000, and this year I think we're going to be over the 2 million mark. So
Wow.
yeah,
Good for
so
you, Terry.
in
Let's
seven
go.
years we've really, really, really been blessed, and I give
Yeah.
all the glory to that to God. He
Hmm.
steers this ship, and anything that I struggle with, I give it to him, and he always figures it out. I don't.
Yeah.
I try not to worry about anything, and let him figure everything out, and it's still a little struggle. And
That's a tough thing to do.
it is. It's very tough. It's very tough,
Yeah.
but he's always figured it out, and
Hmm.
like I said, we've been blessed, and I got my son. He's my right hand man now, and he's on full time. And just the beginning of this year, uh, we started kind of a side business called Bishop Enterprises, and it's kind of what he wanted to do. And it's flipping houses and flipping mobile homes. So we've been doing that a lot, and I think we've done 8 so far this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just closed on our 5th rental, and we just done that this year. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
excited about that. That's his niche. He loves doing that.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I've done some wholesaling stuff a little bit, and have some friends that do a lot of flips, so I kind of know some of that world. That's awesome. What are some things within your day to day? I guess maybe we can talk about unified solutions. So, what are some things that are going well, and maybe what's one or two things that y'all are struggling with or are adding challenges that you're trying to solve?
Um, well, with these companies, the things that are going really well is I have over 2 years, I have kind of went through a lot of staff, and
Hmm.
because I'm real picky about, I want um, basically, how do I put this? I don't want shiny apples. I want people that I can relate to, that I want to
Yeah.
change their life, and I
Yeah.
want to, better them because I come from absolutely nothing. I struggled
Hmm.
as a child. I come from poverty. I know what it's like, and those are the guys that want, if somebody wants to change their life by working hard, those are the guys that attract me. So,
Hmm.
and I've went through a lot of different guys, trying to find the right ones. But now the 9 that I have, I think that I can't ask for a better bunch of guys, and
Hmm.
they would go to war for me, and I go to war for them. So, and we all get done, and um, we, I, I don't think anybody, I can't really state, but I don't think anybody dreads going to work every day. And that's what I like. I take a lot of joy in that. We're always smiling, having fun,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like what I like.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's funny because that was actually my next question. What do you feel like are the things you love about your day to day? And is there one or two things that you just dread or hate? I know everyone has those things within their business that's like, man, if I could just not have to do this, that would be amazing.
Um, my hardest thing is I, I'm one of the I'm business. So
Hmm.
I do this work for probably 5 or 6 big corporations. And I'm
Hmm.
always afraid that if I can't do a job, then they're going to allow another contractor to come in.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then, and then I'll have to split the work or something like that. So I spread myself thin a lot, and I do a lot of over promising and
Hmm.
sometimes, but I'm learning to be able to channel that back and be able to, say, hey, sorry, I can't get there for 3 to 4 weeks,
Yeah.
and because I do have a good work rapport with a lot of the contractors that I have, um, it hasn't come back to bite me yet. They're
Hmm.
like, okay, well, because I do take a lot of pride. I mean, in everything that we do. We do it perfect, and I take a lot of pride in the work that we can do.
Yeah, yeah, that's so cool. I'm sure Andrew's maybe mentioned the virtual assistant thing a little bit. Are y'all? Do you guys have virtual assistants, or do you guys
We
use
don't.
artificial intelligence at all?
We don't. We have not yet, and I've looked into it. Because this thing right here, if I could get an AI assistant to answer my phone, that would be, you know, the next challenge that I'm having is I need to figure something out about my phone. Like, because when I started, it was just my cell phone,
I
and
know.
now I've
Yeah,
got, it is literally 50 to 75 times a day it's ringing,
yeah.
from different customers and stuff like that. And I just haven't yet relinquished the phone activity, which I need to do.
Yeah. I mean, are you answering all those calls?
Everyone.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. So you're
Yes,
probably spending a bunch of your day just answering phone calls.
that's almost my entire day. Like I'm driving to different jobs, looking at them to do bids, or if it's possible to put a home at a certain property these people bought and stuff like that. But when I'm not, it's phone and
Mm-hmm.
trying to. I work on the schedule still, and
Mm-hmm.
I check up on the different work sites because I have 3 different crews usually going. So that's literally a lot of the day is my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I just as you were talking there, that made me think of the virtual assistant right away. But yeah, I mean, do you feel like some of the phone calls is there fluff within that? Like, are a lot of them like, man, I shouldn't be the guy taking this call, or a lot of them kind of high level conversations?
60% of them are like that. Like
Oh, really?
it's a waste of
Okay.
time. Like I could have somebody else take this. And that's and it's kind of I sifting through which ones are important, which ones are not, which one needs to go to me. A lot of the times they're coming to me, and then I'm just having to play, secretary and take a message from my office manager.
Hmm.
And so it's that's my next big task.
Yeah,
Is
we'll chat more at the end about what the virtual assistant looks like. But man, I feel like you need a rock star executive assistant. I think Andrew maybe told you a little bit about his story, but I mean, he essentially burnt out in the finance world and actually ended up at a mental health facility because he just had no time. We talked to a guy a few weeks back, and he was like, he had the Apple Watch and the iPhone and the lap, and he's like, I just feel like my whole day something's dinging or beeping at me,
yes,
and it's just like,
yes,
yeah, there you go. Yes, you got the
I,
watch on.
yeah.
It's just it's. I feel like technology is a blessing, but it's like, man, if you just have things that you're overdoing, you're just gonna burn out. I mean, it's just a lot of times.
Mhm.
That's
I,
interesting.
in my free time, a lot of people want to sit on a couch and watch things. My free time is when I'm checking emails, so I don't really have any free time.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Well,
figure.
even that is another thing, Terry. That and if you had an executive assistant, you could have her. Obviously, there's certain things you probably don't want them to respond to because they're high touch conversations. But even in that, you could have a virtual assistant that kind of scrapes your email, and if there's basic things to respond to or just spam that you want to ignore, she can just filter and sort through all that, and then highlight the high level ones that you need to put your attention towards. So yeah, well, we can talk more about that at the end. What about are y'all using anything with AI? Have you guys thought about
I have not
possibly
yet. The
interesting?
thing is, I have I've been so blessed with the abundance of work that comes to us
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
I haven't done a stitch of marketing. I haven't
Yep.
done a stitch of anything like that, working with AI
Good
to
for
try to
you,
strum
man.
up work and stuff like that, because I just don't, I couldn't add to my plate, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Some kind of combination of like an AI, either I don't know if you've ever called someone before and the AI answers the phone. And then it kind of asks you a question or two and it kind of directs you based on that. Even something like
That's
that
what I'm
could maybe
looking
be.
for right there. Something
Mhm.
that can just
Yeah.
direct it. Like if it's a question that they need to talk to me, they can just then that's when my phone rings. If it's something that my office manager needs to handle, well then they can ring her phone. If it my
Yeah.
I have three foremen, so they can it just
Hmm.
that's
How, let me ask you this. How much time, if you had to guess, do you spend on the phone and emails each day, let's just say?
without exaggerating, probably 5 or 6 hours.
Wow. Okay.
It
And
is.
then do you know what you personally is like your hourly wage?
I pay myself a very low rate. I pay myself $84,000 a year.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea of kind of what the value of adding AI or virtual assistants are. We can do some quick math there at the end, but yeah, I was just curious about that. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there it's crazy with we've noticed with the kind of blue collar world. I think there's so many tools out there that AI can help with, but a lot of guys, I mean, and I don't blame them, they just don't necessarily know how to implement it.
Yeah.
And also, it's also a little daunting to think about adding a different tech stack that's going to require you to learn something or change things. And so typically we don't try to do that, but.
I like that. I want to learn. I want to grow. This isn't
Mhm.
just for me. I want to, in 15 years when I'm retired and this is going to be my son and he might need AI. It might,
Mhm.
this industry might transition to where everybody's going to have to use that. So I'm always looking to learn a different way for us to grow.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. I mean, I don't think AI can ever take away the actual labor
Yeah.
portion,
No.
but in
Yeah.
terms of the systems and like, automating things, I think but one of the things we've done is like bidding jobs, just
Yeah.
helping construction crews be able to kind of optimize how do you bid a job well, and do it, instead of taking a week to bid a job, it takes you a day, cutting that time down so you can get way more bids out and probably land way more jobs. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, this has been really fun. So, what would you say, looking at 2026? What are some of y'all's goals, plans? What are some things you guys are excited about?
There's a community that we just got our foot in the door. Then the number three manufacturing housing industry, and we just got our foot in the door. And they've been contacting us, and um, they put in a lot of local stuff, through Illinois and Indiana, and so we're looking forward to doing all of their work in 2026.
Yeah. Okay. That's exciting. That's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. Cool, man. This has been great. Maybe talk a little bit. Usually, when I have a Rise Up Kings guy, I like to promote Rise Up Kings a little bit.
Yeah.
Speak on them and kind of how'd you find out about them? How have they been impactful for your life?
Well, I come from like I kind of told you, I grew up in poverty, and the
Yeah.
poverty led me to making a lot of bad choices as a young adult and, and an adolescent. And so I always kind of had some battles that I've always dealt with in my life. And I've seen therapists and I've seen stuff like that. And I was on some social media platform and then I seen a Rise Up Kings come through. I'm like, whoa, this might do me good, and it just kept from that point on when I clicked on it, how algorithms are, just kept coming, kept coming, kept coming. And it was like God had called me, it's like, you need to go do this. And I did. And it's literally, it's changed my way of thinking.
Mm,
My workers see a difference in me.
wow.
My family does. My wife, my wife was real skeptical of me going. So when I came back, she saw such a big difference that she just got back from Rise Up Queens, and
No way.
yeah, and she goes for the aftercare called Deeper in January, and now it has literally changed the dynamics of my job, my family, people, my friends, everything. And I cannot say enough good things about it.
Man, that's so good. Well, I'll have to let you know how my first event goes because
You
I'm
need
trying
to
to get
go.
out there at some point. I know
Yeah.
Andrew's been pushing me to, and yeah, I want to. Well, Terry, thanks a lot, man. Maybe we can stick around for a few more minutes and chat, talk shop. Maybe last thing here, any kind of word of advice, could be a quote, could be a rule to live by, something that you want to share kind of with the audience to leave us with.
Um, my thing is to always, every single job, I see a lot of people that just want to do the job to get it done, where I want it to be absolutely perfect. Every little job, I don't care what it is. If one of my guys are going in to fix a little water line on a 1984 home, a mobile home, I want Terry Bishop and Unified Solutions on that job. I want it to be absolutely perfect.
Mm.
And if you take pride in a lot of things, I think God's going to bless you in the long run, and it's blessed us.
Man, I love to hear that. Especially, I feel like there's a stigma with blue collar work oftentimes that, people cut corners or they're ripping you off. And so
There
it's
are a
cool
lot of
to,
contractors like that. There are a
yeah,
lot of contractors like that.
I
You know,
know. It's refreshing to, to talk with someone that their company has a soul,
yeah.
they just want to be profitable, but also just want to serve people. So that's so
There's a
cool to
lot of
see.
corners in this industry that we can cut, and I refuse to. I
Yeah.
refuse to. And I
Yeah.
think it's come back to bless us.
Hmm. Well, thanks again, Terry. Is there any last thoughts that you have? I'm trying to think. I think we checked most of the boxes. Make sure you tell your son, go
Oh, I
Lions.
definitely will. I definitely
And
will.
I'm hoping this is their year. So,
Yeah, yep. He'll definitely be. He's the biggest Lions fan, and he would started like when he was, I think, in grade school or maybe just started middle school back when
oh,
they
so
were.
he's been through the,
He's
yeah.
been through the terrible of the terrible.
Hmm.
He first started liking them when there was Megatron. Calvin
Oh,
Johnson,
yeah. Calvin. Yeah.
Calvin Johnson days. So he's he's a he's a true fan.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, thanks so much, Terry. We appreciate you coming on, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.